What if I don't have anyone to invite to my wedding? I think with the disparity between invitees, maybe don't do a bride's side, groom's side, for the ceremony. My partner and I will end up with the same issue someday, and we decided we just want to have a big party. Take attention for a 10-minute impromptu ceremony. Then let the crowd disperse back into a mixed party. A. You don't have to have sections. Most weddings are everyone in together. So it doesn't matter who knows who. They are there for you both. And B. There's at least 5 of us in here that will show up if you need us. I'll come and bring a gift and make a very memorable speech. Where do I RSVP? Just name the time and place and we will be there for you. Fuck it, I'll come. Like others have said, it doesn't need to be obvious unless you have people separated during the ceremony. You can choose whether you want to have the special dances or not. If she wants a father-daughter dance, maybe you can dance with her mother. That would be lovely, I think. TBH. If I noticed a great disparity in respective numbers of guests, I'd just figure there was some good reason for it and leave it at that. I'm pretty curious about things. But for some reason I don't think I'd be burning for details in this case. I think people are a lot less expectant of traditions these days. Just do what's meaningful for the two of you. I'm getting married next month. I've got 3 guests. 4 if my brother can make it. He's got 5. We're having the ceremony in Mum's garden, then going to the pub for lunch. It's not going to mean any less to me for not being a huge thing. If you want a big wedding, go for it. Have everyone as both of your guests. It's your wedding. You do whatever you feel comfortable with. Wasn't there a very good movie about exactly this situation? I want to say it had Paul Rudd and something to do with Rush. If myself and my wife had had a big wedding, she would have had about 25 people. I would have had about 200 just family. My mother is a family of 10. All married, all have an average of 3 kids each. Father is a family of 12. All married, all with an average of 3 kids also. I have 58 first cousins. All bar one is either married or in long-term relationships, and a lot of them have kids also. Woohoo for massive Irish families. Our wedding was me, her, my brother, her brother. No, it's not weird. My sister and brother-in-law recently got married. She has more friends than he does. But they also have a few mutual friends, or rather, friends who've at least hung out with them together. During their wedding, he invited only his immediate family and 2 or 3 friends that she'd never met before. She had more. It was kept a small wedding. Not more than 50 IIRC. The thing about weddings is, even though there's a typical way PPL do it, it doesn't mean that's how you have to do it. Why have a clear split of which PPL are friends with whom based in where they are seating? It doesn't have to be right side her friends only and left side your friends only. Also, all the things of a wedding, although nice, doesn't have to happen if you're not keen on it. It's about the two of you deciding to spend the rest of your lives together and celebrating it with the people who mean something to you. Not about creating a spectacle and following a 10-step tutorial to a successful wedding. Do what makes you both happy. Fuck everything else. Don't worry op. Like others said, that day is all about you too. And everyone, regardless of whose side, is there for you both. Invite who you can. And even if you don't, just enjoy the wedding. Because someone you deeply love is there with you. P.S. Nobody from my side attended my wedding. There were about 40 plus people from wife's side, due to factors outside of our control. But I still had fun. Because the new in-laws and their friends made us both feel welcomed. I wish the same for you. and hope that everything will be great. Thumbs up. I have not been to a wedding in the past decade that had separate side seating. So take that for what you will. Those cliché dances are also often skipped nowadays. Most people won't even notice if you don't have a mother-son dance. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Marriage is essentially a merging of two parties. The guests should be there to celebrate both of you anyway. Just don't specify sides with the seating at the reception and no one will be bothered at all. I'm from a big family and we've had a few weddings where the other family side involved is much smaller and it's never been a big deal or looked weird. Also, maybe a cultural thing, but I haven't been to a wedding where they've done a dance with the groom and his mother, so you're all good on that front. No one will mind if that doesn't happen. Or you could do it with someone else who is significant if you'd like to do something. I'm in. Don't worry about it. At my wedding there were about 20 people on my side, and about 50 on my husband's side. We had just enough seating for everyone at the ceremony with only a few extra chairs, which forced people from his side to sit on my side of the aisle during the ceremony. So both sides were completely full. No one commented or seemed to notice he had more people on his side. If they did, no one cared or made fun of me, the circumstance. As others have mentioned, most people don't have sides anymore anyway. My wedding had more of my family than my husband's, and then we had some mutual friends and a few individual friends. We didn't do a bridal party. No ring bearer or flower girl either. Remember, the wedding is about you guys as a couple, not about either individually. Well, you have the groom. My husband and I had a destination wedding. 2/3 of the guests, if not more, were mine. I tried, but he had just a tiny friend group and a tiny family. His very best friend couldn't make it, so I had him secretly record a best man speech, and I had the DJ played at the appropriate time. This was back before FaceTime, etc. It's okay. It'll work out how it should. Don't panic if you don't have the same amount of guests. If you love your wife, if you love your family and friends and your family and friends, you'll have a wonderful wedding. After careful review, fuck it, you're all invited. I'll also now be accepting applications for the position of best person. Think best man, but gender inclusive, because we're doing this wedding my way now. Don't tell my future wife I said that.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.